From violently resisting police officers
Stop fighting them! Stop fighting them!
to leading officers on a high-speed chase, these are some of the worst Karen neighbors who think they're above the law.
Guy! Let me talk to you! Guy! Come here. You're gonna have a problem. We're not doing that. Not threatening that.
Starting with Mark Grisanti, a 60-year-old male Karen willing to fight the entire neighborhood over a particular parking spot.
That's wrong. They're from New Jersey. I'm not gonna give them a friggin', I don't want to give them a ticket. So, I'm walking, so there's a way to walk the dog. We walk the dog, we come back, I put the dog in the house, she goes across the street, I come out, the two girls and Joe are like in their face, so I come walking across the street. He goes, oh, you want to go something? I'm like, no, Joe, and I'm bringing Maria back. In favor of the camera, he friggin' whacks me, like just pushes me backward. Okay. I'm like, dude, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. I friggin' back up, I'm grabbing her. They start walking across the street. Naturally, she's a girl, she's going after the girls. I'm pulling her back. He comes over and he friggin' whacks me, slaps me across the face. Okay. So I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me? You ripped my friggin' necklace off, okay? So I friggin' push him. He comes after me. I move out of the way. He falls in my driveway. That's why I always got the...
Grisanti and his wife Maria have been feuding with their neighbors for weeks. He hated that they parked their cars on his driveway every other day and wanted something done about them. But after receiving the first call from the 60-year-old Karen, officers received another call from an unknown neighbor. The verbal disagreement had turned into an all-out brawl. Within minutes of the second call, officers were at the scene of the scuffle and could tell they were in for a long night.
Okay? Exactly. Rip my friggin' chain off.
Assholes.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it all that
All right. Step.
They're drunk.
Okay. Well,
their stuff is over here. His cigar and her cigar.
Okay.
They fucking locked over there.
You're gonna step back.
I called because these guys parked their cars on all four cars. Right. City vehicles on their driveway, my driveway.
They fucking, they're
So, I'm not listening to a bunch of yelling. We'll talk calmly over here.
He started it.
Okay.
Started with the truck.
That's fine.
Wait,
So,
can I just ask you this? Is that blocking his driveway?
No.
That truck right there? Okay, I didn't think so.
At the time of the altercation, Grisanti was serving as a New York Supreme Court justice and felt he could use his position to determine where his neighbors were allowed to park their vehicles. It wasn't just him giving his neighbors a tough time. His wife was clearly more irate than everyone involved and was about to suffer the consequences of her loud mouth.
so what was the first thing that they said? Ma'am, if you don't stop yelling, this is gonna be a problem for you.
So I come across the street.
Okay, cool. Then get over here. I sure fucking am.
My son, no,
We are not doing this right now. We are not doing this right now.
no, it's okay.
Motherfucker.
You better go.
Let him arrest me. I don't care. Come on, take
You're going in the back of the car. You can deal with this.
No, you have no idea the shit you can't put up with.
Okay, put your hands behind your back. We are gonna have a problem. Put your hands behind your back.
You're arrested. You're gonna be sorry. Wife, you're gonna be sorry.
Let him fucking I don't care. I don't
Okay.
care. If it gets you pieces of shit
Take a
out of here,
seat.
I will.
I'm so done listening to you scream.
Why? Because it's the truth. It's
No,
15
because
years
I
of
want to hear
bullshit.
everybody talk.
15 years of
I want
bullshit.
everybody's story.
You're hearing them first. You don't understand. Ask any neighbor.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to listen to you. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say.
They're too tight.
I want to hear what you have to say.
The cops off.
But you are screaming it.
Loosen these.
I want to hear it.
The cops off. We're not gonna do that by your.
In the heat of the moment, Grisanti knowingly shoved an officer to the ground and continuously threatened the officers throughout his wife's arrest. Despite his antics, the officers were able to get the fuming woman now under control. They could now conduct their investigation without further distractions, starting with Joseph and Gina Melee, the couple who had to defend themselves against Grisanti and his wife's relentless attacks.
From the top.
Okay, so what happened is that These are our cars, but these neighbors, these neighbors seem to have a problem when we park on the street. I know what the problem is. We're not in their driveway, so I came on the porch to sit, which I do every nightly, and they turned around and Mark started to say, "Do I have a problem? Your truck's in my driveway." I says, "The truck is not in your driveway."
Okay.
And she says, "You're fat. You're miserable. You're nothing but a fat." But she's called me that several, pushed and hit her in the face.
She bit my arm here.
Yeah, she did. Okay, so that was her?
And so I came up and I says, "Don't touch my husband. Get off of my husband." And so then she hit me. I defended myself, and I was in a bad accident. So my sister knows that I have a bad back and 2 deep braces. And she's called me wobbly, you fat, this, that. She said, obviously you can see that they're drunk. Me again, and my sister says, don't touch my sister. Don't touch her. Get away from my sister. So
I know jiu-jitsu, so I'm trying to restrain her.
She's trying to restrain her in a jitsu way.
I tried to just restrain her. I wasn't punching her. I was just trying to
And
restrain
there's evidence.
According to the melees, the Grisantis had blown everything out of proportion and had initiated the brawl that left Joseph injured. After listening to the melee's side of the story, officers spoke with Mark Grisanti, and he had a completely different version of events.
I come home. I called I called D District. I said, "Listen, there's a car. They do this all the time. They block in the driveways.
Is it just like this?
Yeah, all 4 of these cars are theirs.
Okay.
All 4 of them across the street are theirs. And you see how much room they have. They edge in the driveway. Nobody likes them in the street. They don't like anybody. So as a way to walk the dog. We walk the dog. We come back. I pull the dog in the house. She goes across the street. I come out. The 2 girls and Joe are like in their face. So I come walking across the street. He goes, "Oh, you want to go? You want to go?" So I say, "No, Joe." And I'm bringing Maria back. The favor to the camera, he friggin' whacks me, like just pushes me backward. Okay. I'm like, "Dude, you need to calm down. You need to calm down." I friggin' back up. I'm grabbing her. They start walking across the street. Naturally, she's a girl. She's going after the girls. I'm pulling her back. He comes over and he friggin' whacks me, slaps me across the face.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Are you friggin' kidding me? You ripped my friggin' necklace off." Okay. So I friggin' push him. He comes after me. I move out of the way. He falls in my driveway. That's why I always got the bruise on it. He falls in my driveway. He gets up. He starts leaving. We're going our separate ways. The girls start fighting. I grab my wife. We pull her back. The neighbors come out. They're like, "Are you kidding me?" The one neighbor down here is like, "Listen, you gotta ignore them. Nobody likes them. That's what they do all the time."
According to Grisanti, this wasn't the first time the melees had intentionally parked their vehicles in his driveway and were the ones who had initiated the brawl. Since their accounts were conflicting, the officers still needed to investigate further. But instead of waiting for the officers to do their job, Grisanti began bragging about having relatives in the police force.
Get her out of the car and I'll bring her inside. And I didn't mean to tackle you, but you kind of threw my wife down on the ground pretty hard, and I don't appreciate that.
I understand that.
All right? I really don't. If I would do that to your wife and you're outside, you do the same thing.
Sure, if you were a police officer and she was screaming in my face.
No, my daughter's a police officer, and I know what you guys are going through right now, and trust me, my daughter's a police officer, my son-in-law's a police officer, my
and if someone was screaming at your daughter and approaching her like that, she would have done the same thing.
No, you grabbed my wife from over there and dragged her over here, which was not necessary. Okay. So you need to chill out about that.
I have a camera, so it's all documented.
I don't care about your camera. Just give you a little constructive criticism, dude.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me use constructive criticism. You want to drop another copper's name? You want to scream about, Molly or the mayor? Why don't you shut the Listen, quiet. Shut your goddamn mouth. Put your hands right back. Listen. Put your hands right back. You want to be difficult? You want to say all these coppers, I know all these things? No, you want to make us look dirty? Is that what you want to do? So how am I helping you now? Tell me, how can I help you? Shut up and let me talk to you, you old geezer. Shut up. Shut up. Let me talk to you. Since you had so much to say and you touch a cop. So let me talk to you. God. Let me talk to you. God. Quiet. No.
Still have room.
Oh, you can't take them off. I'm not going to do nothing. I promise. I won't do nothing. I swear to God, on my daughter, I would not put her job in danger.
No, you're not going to put her job in danger. We're not in any situation like that. We have to. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on.
Let me talk to you. Since you had so much to say and you touched a cop. So let me talk to you. God. Let me talk to you. God. Quiet. No, you're not done talking yet. And I'm not done talking to you. So let's be quiet, Dad. So son can get some words in. You're saying everybody's name and dropping everybody's name with a badge.
and you're expecting special treatment. How does that look good to everybody in this environment right now? It doesn't look good. And then you grab him. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Why are you still over talking? We're going back over here. No, we're going over here. It's not like what is wrong with your daughter's name? What
Although he was never charged for the assault on the officer, Mark Grisanti was eventually censured by the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct for his viral Karen moment. At the very least, he went down to the station without too much trouble. But as for this next Karen neighbor, she would give officers one hell of a fight.
Turn, put your hands behind your back. Come here.
It all started when officers received reports of a naked man trying to break into a woman's room at an apartment building. When they arrived, they found a completely different situation.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I guess she called the cops upstairs.
Yeah, okay. I'm just waiting for her to come out.
Okay. Well, we have to call. We call them all the time because they always up there fighting, breaking. So I went up there because I'm down here with the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And the kids are trying to sleep.
Okay.
So I went up there and I'm not yelling at me. I'm not yelling at you. Hey, please. She said I broke in. Go look at her door. Go look at her door. You see, she said I broke into her house. All I did though, sir. All I did, I went up there, I knocked on the door, I banged on the door.
Yeah. Stop interrupting him.
So this is what I did, sir. Because I got a witness. We both went up there. We knocked on the door because they arguing, throwing, breaking.
Yeah.
If you go upstairs to the apartment, you will see that it's trash from them to breaking and stuff. So my fault. I ain't.
No, you're fine.
So I knocked on the door. When I banged on the door opens. Mm-hmm. She's sitting there cussing us out. I never stepped foot in the house or none of that.
Okay.
I stood out on the little steps thing.
Where's your witness? Can you have her come out and I can talk to her? Maybe we can.
The call had come from the woman who couldn't be bothered by whatever it was her neighbor was saying. As for the neighbor who had allegedly tried to break into her apartment, he had only gone up to her room because they were being noisy. He would come back with a half-naked witness ready to corroborate his story.
This is the...
You got like 2 seconds for me. It's cold. I was in the shower.
What happened?
So listen, they're arguing. Whoever the crackhead is, constantly banging, going. If you go up there right now, you see all the evidence is literally in the kitchen.
So what happened when you guys went up there?
All we did is went up there, we knocked, all we did is kept talking, kept asking them, quiet the hell, we got kids down here, it's like down.
Right.
The door was unlocked, we opened the door, she wanted to continuously, kept saying, shut the up, I will shoot you, I will stab you, that's literally all she kept saying, is I will shoot you, I'll get some people up here to shoot you, I'll get some people up here.
Alright, well finish your shower, man. Go back inside, you're good.
It's a constant thing with her ass. She needs to go.
At this point, the officers were certain the woman had misused her 911 privileges, thereby committing a misdemeanor offense in the process. But it was still just a hunch, and the officers needed to speak with the woman to determine exactly what happened.
Can police open the door? Come outside and talk to us.
Why?
Because I need to know what's going on. Come on.
Listen to me before listening to him?
Come outside and talk to us. Come on.
I won't come outside here.
No, it's disgusting in here. Let's go outside. What?
Where are my dogs? Do you see 3 dogs out there? A white one, a brown one, and a black one?
Come outside and talk to us.
Oh yeah, I'm busy right now.
Come outside and talk to us.
I don't need to be told what to do, okay?
Well, I'm telling you what to do. Okay, then come here. Come here. No, come here. You're going to jail. Come here. Turn, put your hands behind your back. Come here.
For some reason, she was under the illusion that she could disobey the officers without repercussions because so far she had misused 911, run from the authorities, and was about to worsen the charges rapidly mounting against her.
Get off me. I'm not going to jail, bro. I didn't do a goddamn thing wrong. Why are you taking me to jail? I said I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going out. Don't. I have heart problems.
Turn around. Turn around.
Heart problems don't do it.
We're in the upstairs apartment. She's not cooperating.
Why? I am.
Turn around.
No, I'm not. I'm talking. Often.
Stop fighting them. Stop fighting them.
Stupid ass nuts. How you just fuck?
I got one arm. Get the other arm.
God damn it. Get off me. Get off of me, so.
Fighting with one.
Get off me, you fucking bitch.
See? Stop.
Stop it.
Put your hands behind your back now.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Do it right now. Put your hand behind your back still.
Stop.
Relax.
Stop.
Dumbass bitch.
Hey, stop. Get up.
Do it again, you dumb. Do it again, dumb. Bitch.
In the end, she had inadvertently called the police on herself and was sentenced to 3 years probation for assaulting a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest with violence. But if you thought that was crazy, wait until you meet this next Karen. Sometime in 2023, Kiriana Lyles couldn't find her dogs anywhere, and after searching her apartment for hours, concluded that her neighbors had something to do with their disappearance. So she called 911.
She's barking in the same spot in someone's backyard, but I knocked on 2 of the neighbors' doors. One of them answered, said that they didn't have the dog. It sounds like it's coming from the house behind them. But it's like hard to tell.
Can you give me an address of where we need to go?
Yeah.
And can you see your dog?
Can I what?
How do you know it's your dog?
Because I know what my dog's bark sounds like.
After making the call, Kiriana grabbed a butcher's knife from her kitchen counter and began going from house to house looking for the neighbor who had stolen her dog. Since she wasn't hiding her intentions, people could see that she was armed and dangerous and immediately called 911.
Sheriff's Office.
Hey, I'm calling. I live in Rancho Cordova, and there's this woman walking around with a butcher knife, and she just tried to break into our house.
What address is this at? And is the person white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
She's white. She's wearing checkered shorts. She's holding around a butcher knife, and she's going around.
What color shirt, ma'am?
People's houses. What color shirt was she wearing? Oh, hold on. Let me look at my camera.
And do you know if did she try to open any other neighbors' doors or just yours?
I'm not sure if she did or not. She came to our door once to try to get in through the door, and by the time we got out there, she was gone. Then about 3 minutes later, she circled back and started opening our fence to get into our backyard, and that's when we saw her.
And
she started banging on the doors and the gates. I don't know if she went to anybody else's house, though.
The second call meant the situation had escalated dramatically, and within minutes, officers were at the home of the second 911 caller.
We don't have your dog, and then
how was
put
she,
the knife down.
How was she holding the knife?
I could actually see I have a video on the Ring camera.
Yeah,
okay.
Their Ring doorbell camera had captured the moment when Kiriana came banging at their front door, wielding a butcher's knife. After listening to her neighbor's account, the officers began searching for the potentially dangerous Karen and would find her sitting in her car. And like every other Karen, she would prove to be incredibly difficult.
I'm sorry.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm
Do you
dealing
control
with
your dog?
right now.
Can you control your dog?
Yeah, she's just sitting there.
Okay.
I just got back from getting her. I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm going through a lot.
What are you going through? Here, ma'am, come out here for a minute.
No.
Yes?
No.
We gotta talk about something.
Leave me alone.
Since Kiriana wasn't cooperating, the officer attempted to pull her out of the vehicle. He couldn't. Instead, this Karen would back up with the officer still holding on and make a getaway. As a result, the officers opened fire.
Ma'am, step out of the car. Hi, pup.
Someone stole my dog.
Someone stole your dog?
Yeah.
Okay,
All
do you
my
live here?
gates are closed. I went outside, still no gates are open, and she's not in the backyard.
Do you live here?
Yes, I own this house.
You own this house?
Yes.
Okay. Step out here for a minute.
the car! Dog in the car!
Hey,
Yeah.
stay in traffic. Throw the keys out the window. Throw your keys out the window. Yeah.
Turn your car off!
Turn it off now.
Hey, one at a time! One at a time! Hands up! Keys out of the car!
Eventually, she opens the driver's side door before closing it again.
Who's arresting? Hey! Step out of the vehicle. Go.
Then she does it again.
Her last taste of freedom was painful and short-lived. She had been hit by a bullet and had barely gotten anywhere when she got stuck in traffic. Carriana Lyles was taken to the hospital and subsequently charged with assault of an officer. She was ultimately found not guilty after she had spent 6 months in jail. As a result, she filed a $1 million lawsuit, but eventually settled for $425,000.